Hey loves, it's your girl Candace. I'm here with Confidential Talk. I watched Married at First Sight last night and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go live and talk about this episode because it was juicy. It was juicy, y'all. So I definitely want you guys coming into the video whenever you feel free and you coming in. I want y'all commenting. Please let me know what y'all think about this episode, okay? Because last night's episode was pretty good, okay? So last night's episode was episode 11. Moonshine and No Thieves. Wait, that was not the episode name. It was Moonshine and Monthiversaries, okay? No Thieves. I don't know why it says No Thieves. But yes. Between okay, I don't know about y'all, but I have PTSD from Gina and Clint's argument on the honeymoon, okay? So not Clint wearing the same outfit that he wore when him and Gina got an outfit, the Jamaican shirt with the swim trunks. Do you have any other swim trunk shirt combo? Let's pull it out. Okay? Because when I saw that, I was like, oh no, sir. No. Aries was cringy this whole episode, but he's cringy episode, but he was just extra cringy this episode. And he really, really bothered me on a whole nother level. We're gonna talk about it. And we can see the shift between Shaq and Kirsten. Looks like the roles have reversed. And I know that, it's still like a lot of mixed reviews out there because I've been talking to a lot of y'all on Twitter and other social media sites about the episode and about the show. A lot of people really feel like Kirsten is still not in it, even though she complaining and she's confusing. But I see a woman that likes Shaq. Okay, she likes him. She's into him. She said several things that have been kind of like, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, okay, she likes Shaq. Okay, I really feel like she likes Shaq, and she's really seeing the long term goal. But I don't know if Shaq really feel the same. We gonna talk about it. Okay. But yes, if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Candace. I do videos on sex, love, relationships. We talk about how to better your sex life over here. We talk about sex toys and we do these recaps. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Comment below, of course, throughout this whole recap. And please check out some of my other videos. I think I said that already. Did I? I don't know. Like this video. No, I didn't. So check out some of my other videos. And yeah, let's talk about it. So we start off the episode. We start off with Kirsten's friend. I thought we started with Chris and Nicole because I got some commentary for them. But we start off with Kirsten and her friend. She says it's still taking her some time to open up. She feels like he's still being patient, but there's still conversations that need to be had to connect and to still build. She wants him to hold her and to continue to build their connection. And what it sounds like when she was talking to her friend, it sounds like Shaq has kind of put up his wall and kind of fell back a little bit because of probably how Kirsten is coming off to him. And honestly, I will feel the same way because, I mean, you can tell obviously that he's attracted to her. Probably once he found out that she wasn't really that attracted to him, he put a wall up. And that is totally understandable. I would have done the same thing. Excuse you not for being attracted to me. I thought, like, what you mean you not attracted to this over her? But anyways, Kirsten expresses that their attraction has grown, but she feels like he may feel away because she wasn't initially attracted to him, in which I could see that. She feels like he's pulled back and put up walls. And yeah, I just noted that it sounds like she now is in a space where she's comfortable for intimacy, but he ain't there. He's not, and I think we'll talk about it because the argument kind of sparked at the end of the episode. I do kind of feel like there is a little bit, and I did watch the after party, so we all heard Shaq say, like, okay, it might be, ego. It might be an ego thing. Like, I've been trying to give you all this love all this time, and now you want it. Like, no, no, it's not. It can't be all on Kirsten's time, which I understand how he may feel, but if this is a woman that you're attracted to and you've been waiting for her to get on the same page as you, jump on that, okay? Jump on all over that. She wants that. Give it to her, Shaq. Anyways, I can see the frustration though. Though we move on to Chris and Nicole. Nicole's father doesn't want Chris to call him dad yet. Understandable. You're just a month in. You don't know the man. Why would you want to call him dad? Such a cornball, man. Chris, who child? Nicole's father is more at ease because at first he was not trusting Chris. When during the wedding, he was like, "I'm not feeling this. I don't know you. Who are you? You know." I think that he was giving Nicole's dad was giving Chris the energy that Aries should have got. Okay, and maybe even Clint, maybe, but Chris, obviously, we all know Chris was not deserving of all that energy, but he didn't know what type of man Chris was, so he was gonna give him all that. But he didn't eased up because Nicole has told him how nice of a guy Chris is. Okay, but now you realize Chris is a little too nice, and he decides to offer him some advice. So they're talking on the balcony, and we get a scene where the father is talking to like the producers, and he said that Chris needs that big D energy. Okay, when he said that, that had me out. I ain't gonna lie, I had to rewrite it like 3 times. Like, did he really just say that? Did Nicole's father, Nicole's father, say that her husband need big D energy because he ain't giving? He ain't. He is giving, and that's the thing. I really don't like. I don't like to say the P word because we women are not weak, and that's what we have. So we're not gonna call him the P word, but we're definitely gonna call him a simp. Okay, I'm sorry. Chris is still a simp to me, even though Nicole seems to be really like a Chris. So if it works for her, she doesn't. I don't think she's seeing his behavior as simp behavior, because I do feel like if that was any other woman, she would have been like, "I'm done with Chris. I'm sorry, you too emotional for me. You crying at the drop of a dime. You always talk about how you don't know if you could please me." I think the only way Chris has gotten over with Nicole is the fact that he is probably laying that pipe, and she actually liking it. Okay, she's actually liking what he's offering. That's what I think it is, because ain't no way. Anyways, moving on. Moving on. So we get a scene with Aries and his friend. I can't stand Aries. Aries' friend says it's backwards to get married and not have sex. Facts. He tells his friend that Jasmine is attractive, but she's not his type, and there's a lack of sexual attraction there, which is very interesting to me. Right? Let's talk about it, because Aries has had one night stands, he's had orgies, it seems like he's able to have sexual relationships without um a lack of, not necessarily attraction, but maybe a lack of, I don't know the word right now, it's not coming to me, connection or chemistry, because you don't know these people. Okay, orgies, and to have an orgy and to have one night stands, you really don't know the person. Okay, maybe you did catch a vibe, maybe whatever, you're attracted to them initially, whatever, right? Boom. um for him to not want to sleep with Jasmine, I could see why, if he feels like, okay, she's gonna really, really be attached, and I'm really not feeling her. I know that I'm not really attracted to her. So I'm not feeling this. I don't want her to be in a totally different space than me, to protect her, right? I get that. But it's weird to me how you could have this lack of a connection with her and not want to have sex with her, but you've literally been able to have sexual energy with everybody else, people that you barely know. I'm confused. I'm confused. What is happening? My biggest question, I feel like the question that they should definitely ask during these interviews with the people, the producer should ask, is what are things like when the cameras are off? How is the conversations? How is the connection? What are you guys doing? That is my biggest question, because he said that they have more of a good time when they go out and stuff like that. It seems like they'll be able to be building the connection when they're at home and when the cameras are shut off and it's just them two. So how are those conversations? Is there literally no type of vibe or connection, or no nothing? Like, at the end of the day, you get put in a room with somebody for a long period of time, you go find some type of commonalities. Y'all gonna be able to have a conversation about something. Maybe y'all start watching a TV show, then y'all have something to connect on, like something. What is going on in that house when the cameras are gone? We need to know. That's all I'm saying. We need to know. I have questions. Moving on. his friend said that his friend needs to plan to make it better. He asked what his plan to make it better, and he said to go out and create good vibes. The real thing is to create them vibes at home, child. Not to go out and have a good time. Y'all are at home. Y'all live together. Create them vibes at home. Create the connection at home. So we move on to Kristen, Nicole, and Gina and Clint. They have a double date. They go on this little bus ride, and they go for like a tasting, a little shot tasting. They have a conversation. They have a conversation about them taking their husband's last name, and they both agree that they rather wait till after decision day, which is totally understandable because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to change over the names. It is. Aries and Jasmine. Aries takes Jasmine to a rage room. And the only thing I have about this section here is this scene here is we're trying to build a romantic connection. Why are you going to the rage room? That's what I'm saying. Aries is a 39-year-old man going on 20. What the hell? Do you not know romance? Do you not know how to help build this romantic connection? Going to a rage room is definitely in the wrong direction, baby. Okay, we need to be going to a romantic dinner. We need to be going to some type of intimate something where you guys can be connecting and being able to find common things that you guys like. The rage room was just not a good idea. I'm sorry. Okay, and then we get the scene where Clint and Gina are about to leave to go out and celebrate their 1-month anniversary. And I'm getting this PTSD because Clint is wearing this same Jamaican outfit that I would have told Gina. If I was Gina, I would have told him, take that shit off. Let's burn it. Okay, I don't want to ever see that shirt again because as soon as I seen that shirt, I seen confrontation. I took me back to when Clint had all the things to say, even when Gina was walking away, because I don't like shit like that. I ain't like that. So it was giving me PTSD. I ain't like it. So we see Chris and Nicole. He's taking her on a helicopter ride. That's what I'm talking about. 1-month anniversary date. Some of these dates looked really set up by production. Aries and Jasmine's. I even thought Shaq and Kirsten's might have been set up a little bit by production, but it kind of sounded like Shaq did it. But because like the way they walked up, because the way Shaq and Kirsten walked up to the table, like, oh, look at here. Like it was all set up, like it looked set up by production. You can tell that Chris actually set his own date up. It looked like Gina and Clint set their own little situation up. Aries and Jasmine's, I'm sorry, I'm moving ahead. What the hell? They got this little picnic table outside in the middle of a lawn. What's going on? Anyways, so we're gonna move on to Shaq and Kirsten. They have their skating date, which seems really, really fun. I love watching them vibe because they seem like they have a really good connection. They seem like they have a really good time when they're together. They really seem like a really good match. So Kirsten reveals that she loves, you hear me? Loves spending time with Shaq, and she is looking forward to their future and traveling together. And again, I put here, it sounds like she really likes Shaq now. She likes him. She's looking for the future. She can actually see a future with Shaq. He wants to get to know Kirsten more, though. He wants to see her in the element with her friends and family, so he can get to know Kirsten as the friend, Kirsten as the daughter, Kirsten as the sister, because he's not getting enough of Kirsten at home, and he's bored. Okay, he's not getting enough of Kirsten, and he wants to see her maybe in other elements so he can get something out of Kirsten. That's what I heard. Okay, that's what I heard. Let's see here. She feels like that they have a lifetime, but Shaq says that they have till decision day, and then a lifetime. We have till decision day, baby. Remember decision day. Which it makes her feel, feel a way about Shaq because, okay, why do we have decision day? We're supposed to be planning for the future. But I think Shaq is at a place where it's like, okay, if I'm going to be investing all this time and putting this effort, I don't want to live my life doing this. So if this is who you are and this is what I'm going to be getting, we have it till decision day because sis, that's what Shaq is saying. So Kirsten, I need you to wake up and put on the moves. Okay, especially if you actually are seeing the light and you seeing that Shaq, it might, Shaq is the one. Girl, I'm gonna need you to wake up and fight. Okay, because Shaq is a good catch, and I'm gonna need you to communicate with him and let him know, hey, because listen, men, this is what I've learned about men. some men really are not tapped into their emotional romantic side, or like, I don't know. Not saying that all men are like that, but sometimes you have to tell a man like, hey, when you get in the house, kiss me. Because I tell my boyfriend that, I'm like, every time you come in here, you should be hugging me and kissing me. And guess what you do now? Every time, hug and kiss me. You just gotta tell him communication is key. Literally, open your mouth. You can't expect a man to know everything, and you can't expect a man to know what to do all the time, okay? And to read your mind. You have to, and I've learned that myself, because I used to think that a man should read my mind. They should know. They should know when you come in the house, you should kiss me. You should know that I want to be romanticized. You should know these things. No, they don't. You got to tell them. And sometimes you might have to tell them more than once. Okay. So again, we get Clint and Gina and the swim trunks and his shirt combo, and I got PTSD, so I can't even enjoy the scene. Then we move on to Jasmine and Aries. And the question came up: did Aries set this date up? Probably not. Jasmine. Side note: Jasmine's hair looked amazing in this scene. She looked so fucking beautiful on their date. Beautiful hair, beautiful slay. I was just missing the lip. Okay, she had a full face beat, eyeshadow, hair done, dress, dry lips. I mean, they weren't dry, but it was just like literally nothing. No gloss, no liner, no lipstick, nothing. I was just like, oh, where's the rest? Where's the rest? Okay, where's the rest? Okay. Aries mentions that they should have better conversations when they go on dates. And again, how is the energy when they're at home? So Chris and Nicole takes their helicopter date. So cute. Oh my god. And then we move on to Gina and Clint. They sit and have dinner, and it turns into a weird conversation about them eating their dog. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna say this again. Clint likes Gina. Clint has liked Gina from the get-go, but he had to play it cool, because he realized that Gina didn't like him. But soon as she let him know, she was like, you're growing on me. He was like, he was blushing, baby. You could tell that man was happy, okay? And they, they're growing a connection. It was a really good move for her to move in. You could tell that he is growing on her. He's growing attached to the dog. There is definitely connection building. So I'm here for it. Hopefully it's genuine, and hopefully Gina really is getting there with Clint. So we move back to Aries and Jasmine. Aries' facial expressions this whole episode was very cringy. He kept looking away. He's not giving her eye contact. He's looking all over the place. He's not talking. He has not much conversation. And again, I just have to really pose the question: who's the problem here? Who's the problem? Who is the person that's giving lack of communication, lack of connection, and that's not really making the efforts? It sounds like Aries, and it looks like Aries is not making the effort. And again, for me, it would be for me, if I was Jasmine, it would be a done deal. Like, what am I doing here? You're not attracted to me. You're not even trying. You're not even like interacting with me. You're not connecting with me. You're not showing me any type of emotional anything. So honestly, Jasmine, run. You don't need to wait for this man. What are you waiting for? You're wasting your time. That's how I see it. Unless she's collecting these checks each show, then why not? I guess. So, but then he expresses that he wants to wait to decision day to have sex, because he doesn't want her to grow any more attachment to him, because he ain't there yet. He is not looking at her. Yeah, put that. And then we see the camera expand. It's just like this little table with them two at it, and it's really awkward. And I'm just like, Aries didn't set this up. Look at Aries. Y'all really think Aries set this date up? I'll wait. Okay, so Chris and Nicole watches their wedding day video. She hated her makeup. Chris got annoyed, but I feel like, and he feel like she's bringing herself down. Honestly, I'm the same way. If I see, I could be critical of myself, but I don't think in that moment she was really being critical of who she is and what she looks like. More so of, I ain't like my makeup, and I want to be a baddie every time I step on camera. I'm here for it, Nicole. What I realized is these couples do not hang out like the couples in the other seasons. Like, I feel like the other couples really lean on each other. These couples do not really lean on each other, and if they do, it's more privately. We don't get to see them actually getting together and like talking, like Kirsten and Jasmine getting together and offering each other support and conversations, and like Like, we just don't see the couples getting together. Even in the bus ride, it just seemed kind of awkward. No one was really connecting and talking. Like, there was a little bit of talking. Of course, Nicole gonna talk, child. It was a little talking, but not much. So I did notice that. It looks like Gina and Clint has turned things around. They're looking really good. I already said that. Nicole said she had no hope for them in Jamaica, though. But she is happy in that in a good place, because we needed Nicole's commentary. Okay, we needed Nicole to orchestrate the whole thing. She was the right one. Okay, she's hilarious. She asked Jasmine and Aries next. Nicole is wild. The way she be asking these questions. Aries. Then we get this moment with Aries. He could have asked anything at the table, but he asked, "Is married sex different than single sex?" How old are you? And in the after party, he was like, "Well, I was just trying to keep it light because these conversations seem so serious." You could have asked anything else, Aries. Grow the F up. Grow up. Grow up, Aries. How is it that sex is always on your brain, but you cannot manage to build no intimacy, no romantic, nothing with your partner? But you always have sex on the brain. Who was sleeping with Aries in the past? We need to interview them. How is he? Who is he outside of sex? Because all we see is sex, 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 sex. But Jasmine ain't getting no sex. But we don't get no other conversation. We don't know anything else about Aries other than the fact that he likes sex, but not with Jasmine. Comment below. Please tell me what we've learned about Aries other than the fact that he has a high sex drive other than with Jasmine. I'll wait. Literally. What have we learned? We know things about Jasmine. We know things about Clint. We know things about Gina. We know things about Nicole. We know things about Chris. Shit. We know things about Dominic and McKinley. But what do we know about Aries of the fact that he's 39 and he likes to have sex? And now we know that he's had orgies, one night stands. These are the things that we know about Aries. Oh, he likes to work out. Okay, there we go. Boom. He likes to work out. That's one thing. And he doesn't eat bacon. We learned that in like the first 2 episodes. That was it. Aries lacks substance. And if I was Jasmine, I would be out the door. Anyways. Nicole asks Kirsten and Shaq next. And she says, y'all should be at least kissing. Have y'all had sex? But I mean, if y'all haven't had sex, you at least kiss it, right? And they're like, we haven't had sex, but you know, we're working on the intimacy. And then Kirsten reveals that they have a little connection. And Shaq is like, a little? I think we are connecting. I think that this, you know, and I put Kirsten is confusing. So then, you know, the last scene of the episode, we get Kirsten and Shaq having their moment, and Shaq felt completely blindsided, and he was not holding back, and I was so here for it, Shaq. I think you need to communicate. I think you need to let her know right now how she is acting, at what she is doing is how it's making you feel. And Shaq just did just that. He lets her know that he felt blindsided. She feels like if she doesn't tell him how she's feeling, he should ask. And he like, what? And she's like, well, I asked you how you feel in the marriage. Do you ever ask me? And he's like, okay, well, let me ask you right now. How do you feel in the marriage? And she expresses that she wants more intimacy. She wants, you know, him to initiate more of the intimacy. And he's like, but before you barely wanted, and it comes out, you barely wanted me to touch you. Now all of a sudden you want intimacy from me. You want me to touch you. What? It's confusing. What do you want me to do? I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. I don't want to cross boundaries. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. But now I'm not doing the right thing because I have been giving you that space. So Shaq is all over the place. Not only is that, he got a little bit of an ego. It's like, look, you wasn't ready. Well, I was ready. Now you saying you ready? I ain't ready. But again, I really feel like in this moment, because we can kind of get a gauge on how Kirsten is, I really wish Shaq in this moment was like, you know what levels of intimacy makes you comfortable, because I want this with you. I really feel like in that moment, he really should have did that, but he let his ego get the best out of him. And also too, in defense of Shaq, because of course, you know, I'm team Shaq all day. I love me some Shaq Daddy. I am team Shaq. I do feel like Kirsten. I do feel like it defense of Shaq. I do feel like maybe when the cameras are off, he does lack an attraction to Kirsten now that he's gotten to know her. So maybe even though the attraction was there before, maybe it's not really there that much no more. So he doesn't really feel the obligation to necessarily, like, when you get to know somebody's personality can really change your perspective of how they look to you. And Kirsten seems like she wasn't had the best personality at the beginning, or the best attitude toward the process. And she also revealed that she really wasn't that attracted to him. So it's just like a couple of things that could have hit his ego. It's just like, okay, I'm cool. I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? And then you get to know her, and it's just like her personality is bland, like her apartment. It's probably like, okay. So these are the questions. That's what I'm saying. These are the questions that I want to get asked during each episode is how has the connection been since the cameras are off? This past week. I don't know how often they film. It's like once every like week or so. But like, how are the connections? What do you guys like when the cameras are off? Because that is going to be what's important. Literally to everything. What are they doing when the cameras are cut off? So, very, very juicy, good episode. I really hope that it looks like next week Shaq and Kirsten has like, a turnaround in their relationship. It looks like they are able to, bring in intimacy in their relationship. So it brings them closer, which I figured it would be the case. So I cannot wait to see that because I've been rooting for them from the beginning. Even though I knew Kirsten was a trip when she first touched the screen, I knew she was something else. I knew that they were a great match for each other. And I felt like if she put that guard down and really got to know Shaq, because when I first met Shaq on the screen, Shaq was Shaq daddy. I was like, okay, when I initially saw him, I could understand why she may have not had that initial attraction. But everything about Shaq, every episode I've gotten to know him, he's just more and more attractive. And I was like, she's going to feel the same way. So I have super high hopes for this couple. I really think they have the potential to make it. It's just about Kirsten. It's really about Kirsten doing the work on her end. She needs to communicate. She needs to open up. She needs to initiate because we saw Shaq doing that all at the beginning. So please, 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 Kirsten, sis, put it on that man. Put that thing on that man. Don't be afraid. You better use them lips. And something else got brought to my attention during one of these little episodes. Kirsten said that she was a bad kisser, and there could be a reason why she might be a little nervous with kissing, because how does she know she a bad kisser? She didn't say that she didn't like kissing. She said that she was a bad kisser. So there could have been somebody that kind of hurt her ego in the past where she may not feel comfortable doing that because she feel like, oh, someone's told me I'm a bad kisser, so I'm a bad kisser. So there's so many things to unpack here, and it really might take Shaq just nicely peeling back those layers, especially because he does have Kirsten in a nice sweet spot. Kirsten is liking Shaq, so it's really time now for Shaq to show up and really start peeling down those layers if they want their relationship to work. So yes, we gonna see though. We gonna see what happens. Please comment below if you guys are just joining the live. Go back and watch the beginning. This was a juicy, juicy, juicy episode. Okay, my camera is actually about to die, so I'm about to hop off of here, and I will see you guys on my next recap. Oh yeah, please comment below. I don't know if I said that. Comment, like this video, comment, subscribe, and click that notifications button so you can get notified every time I drop a new video. I will see you guys in my next video.